Greetings, beloved. I am so excited to be dropping this video that is her Kundalini is open and magnetic. So you might have watched my most recent drop. This is the 7 signs that your Kundalini is open, flowing, magnetic, and I just dropped a video about how it's blocked. I'm going to focus today more on the positive signs and the things that you can do to open your Kundalini up a bit and take space and express. All right, so the benefits of opening your Kundalini are vast. You will have more connection to your divine feminine, divine masculine energy. You'll be able to be more intuitive, connect to your entire chakra system. Some people say that we have an infinite number of chakras. Some say they're just 7. I use the 11 twin flame chakra system. So all of your chakras will be spinning at your own tune, which is what it takes to manifest what you want. So ultimately, when we are in our Kundalini flow, we are sovereign beings. We get to create heaven on earth. We get to overflow and give that well of abundance to others without overgiving. And we get to fulfill our heart's desires, our soul purpose, have what we want versus playing in the matrix for someone else's game. Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda Noelle. If you don't know me, I'm the founder of Aphrodite University, and I've been on YouTube since 2010, 11, I can't remember. This is your channel for the divine feminine, divine masculine, twin flames, healing, twin flame alchemy, all kinds of topics. Right now, I'm really obsessed with sacred sexuality, womb wisdom. I have a degree from Duke University in sexuality studies, a PhD in transpersonal counseling, metaphysics, and all kinds of certificates. And I'm here to compile a bunch of information in a practical, grounded way, as well as bring to you codes of the divine feminine and the twin flame energy, and even maybe open up our Kundalini a little bit today just by watching. So breathing into your womb or your hara, if you have no physical female womb, you can still tap into your creative cauldron of energy just a little bit below your belly button. Let's dive into the content. Woohoo! But of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I drop videos every day these days. I don't know how long I'll be doing every day, but I'm on a 30-day challenge for a reboot to the channel. I went through a goddess, divine resurrection, rebirth. Kundalini energy is up and down, yin and yang, left and right. It's all about cycles and flows. And every couple of years, maybe every 7 years, it seems, the channel will go through kind of a lull, and I'll need to really call back my energy, and I'll be like, no, I'm not meant to do videos for a bit. And I just went through a long spell of inner growth, and here I am coming out with some really amazing, or at least the content I'm really excited to share, really thrilled about. So thank you for supporting and helping me get the channel growing again. And also congratulations to my twin flame, my husband, who's going to do his own Crypto Astro channel. You can find Jack at Crypto Astro. All right, so the first sign is going to start in just a second. This is the 7 signs her Kundalini is open and flowing freely. Feel the energy moving. If you don't even know what Kundalini is, I'll stop right here and explain. So the Kundalini is the serpent-like energy that goes and weaves through each of your 7 chakras. It is a up and down energy. It's actually a toroidal. It's just like the shape of, pretty much the shape of DNA. And in a way, it is a map and a mirror of our DNA. If our DNA is opening, if the energy is running through it, it's also a sign that our Kundalini is open and flowing, and that everything else, our chakras, our energy, our money. So you'll want to learn about the chakras, and I'll be doing some more videos about the chakras. The 7 chakras in the body start with the most basic at the bottom: survival, family, karmas, safety. Do you feel safe to be physically embedded in this 3D matrix? And then our higher self is the spiritual wisdom, and we get total divine connection and everything in between. And the way they connect is at the heart. And that's really the symbol of the Kundalini. If it's in balance, as you are fully aligned at the heart, bringing up the energy from the earth, grounding it down from the sky, and weaving it through each of the centers of your own chakras. The key word here is sovereignty. Sovereignty, that you are taking up space of yourself. You're not feeding it only to others, but you are fully holding it in yourself. And if you give out any energy, you're able to call it back filter it back in, cut cords, clear out any entities that might want to come in, have psychic filters, all those psychic tools. And we use our psychic tools when we feel strong enough, when we have that third chakra turned on, we feel good enough, we have self-worth, we're not taught to give our power away to our partners or give our power away to our client or boss. So all the chakras are going to want to be running on their full speed engine. So Kundalini hooks into the chakra system, which then therefore connects with all of ourselves psychologically, spiritually, physically, mentally, nutritionally. Are you drinking enough water? All the good stuff. Are you getting your sexual energy? So a lot of people think Kundalini is just sexual energy, or it's gotten into like the Kundalini yoga movement, which I don't know a whole lot about. Some people say it's a cult. Some people say it's the most amazing thing. Some people say, I don't know really what it is. I have no idea. But all I'm talking about here is the energetic connection between all of yourself. And it's a symbol of the divine feminine, divine masculine. And in many traditions and religions and practices, it was known as the two serpents or snakes that go up the spine and connect to cosmic and earth energies. Okay, the first sign is that you are healthy. So if your Kundalini is open and running, you will have good health. Now, everybody has moments. We are on computer devices. We are not living in the forest drinking spring water and connecting with all the nature. We are getting hit by a deluge of 5G, of EMFs, of toxic chemicals, pesticides, hormones. I don't even want to put the negative energy out there. So let's just take an energetic squeegee and just swipe away all the words I've just said. We know about the negative stuff. So if you have had a health crisis once or twice, like I have, I started having my first health crises bouts when I was 21, graduating from university with high expectations for myself, high amounts of debt and plans to take over the world. And because I'd been jabbed with so many amazing chemicals and sprayed and was eating the wrong foods and I didn't know about nutrition, I thought it was just about a fat-free fad if you're healthy. And so health, what is health? Health is when we listen to the vital signs of our body, the vitality in our body. We have healthy, radiant skin. We have clear, open, energetic channels that are open. If we have tumors, lumps, cysts, it's a sign that we need to run our energy more purely, cleanly. I actually am in the process of clearing out a hormonal imbalance because I was having my baby late. I am 43, have a 3-year-old, you do the math. A lot of times we women, we have 5 times as many hormones. We will have hormonal imbalance. I think it's like 70-80% of women have hormonal imbalances from all of the estrogens, the plastics, from all the hormone replacement therapies. Women on birth control pills, get off of them, do your detoxes, cleanse, work with a holistic health practitioner, use your essential oils, use your alternative healing practices. Now, Western medicine is a tool. I believe it's good to have a Western medicine doctor at your arm's reach in case you have a broken arm, in case you really need that round of antibiotics because you have sepsis, something like that. Cancel, and all of it. Words are powerful. So when you hear me say cancel, it means that I'm clearing it from the space because actually it was interesting. I was doing all this research on women's health and the author, amazing author, was talking about how many women have cysts. And I kept on going like, oh gosh, like cancel. But it was still planting this seed in my mind. And then of course I ended up having a small ovarian cyst. It's not the dangerous kind. I'm clearing it out. But we do want to really be careful and mindful, especially as healthcare or holistic healers, light workers, to not just regurgitate energy into people's fields. So cancel, and clear. So health is so important. And how many diets are there out there? It is crazy. So I personally have gone between paleo, veganism, vegetarian, exploring, not that I was ever seriously going to do it, but exploring like living on the light and breatharianism and I like my food. And I veered back and forth. But what I will say is that women and our relationship to sugar is very important to look at. When I went back to California and I celebrated family birthdays and I had a couple of slices of gluten-free cake, that's when I manifested my first negative symptom in many, many years. And my body was saying, girl, don't do this. So the key is listen to that sign that says, girl, don't do this. This isn't the best thing for you. And listen to how do you feel when you eat food. Listen to your body about 15 minutes after, well, always listen to your body. But the test is listen to your body like 15 to 30 minutes after you eat a meal. How are you feeling? If you're like depressed, reassess your diet, track it. You can track your diet in an app called Chronometer. You can put everything in there and it tracks so much information on so many, almost every kind of food under the sun. And you can kind of fudge it. Like they don't have our home-baked paleo, gluten-free, cassava, green banana flour bread on that app, but you can fudge it. So use Chronometer if you need to track, work with your nutrition consultant. But the main thing is eat holistically, healthy, whole foods. Listen to your body. Drink high quality spring water as much as possible. Even reverse osmosis takes out the minerals. Definitely don't drink the tap water. They're medicating the tap water with fluoride. There is a clear association with fluoride and breast cancer. And why would we drink medicated water? It messes up our third eye connection. The fluoride gets stuck in there. Our third eye closes. Our Kundalini can't go. And then all of a sudden we become handicapped spiritually. So don't listen to the mainstream that's like, it's okay, we just medicate the water. In some countries, including it used to be Israel and many countries in Europe, but the laws change. It used to be like not legal to medicate water with sodium fluoride. And by the way, all the studies that say you can brush your teeth with fluoride, those were done with calcium fluoride, not sodium fluoride. Sodium fluoride, why did they use that? Well, it's tar runoff from the roads. They needed to take this billions of dollars of leftover tar and do something with it. So they put it in our water and they sell it, and it's pretty silly. So one of the best things you can do is get high quality water, high quality fats. I see the picture in this stock image. Maybe the woman has like a bottle of oil. I don't know what that's about, but definitely don't get crappy oil. Get your organic olive oil. The high quality fats are olive oil, coconut oil, red date oil, some grass-fed butter, ghee, clarified butter. What are the other oils? Sesame, if it's high oleic, sunflower, if it's high oleic. Do not do most of the other oils. Sesame oil is very easy to go rancid. We don't want rancid oils. Never have an old nuts and you're like, oh, we'll just fry it up. So high in free radicals that you want antioxidants. You don't want free radicals to attack your cells. So just never eat old, crappy oils. Also, the free radicals are attacked by antioxidants. So have as many antioxidants in fruits and veggies as you can. Pack in the veggies, pack in the fruits. I like to lightly steam, stir fry, bake, stew my vegetables because even though the raw food movement tells us to always eat raw, my body doesn't digest it. And if you have undigested food particles, basically you're pooping out pieces of stuff, you're not absorbing it. So statistically, yes, there are more enzymes in the raw food, but we digest or we absorb more vitamins if we have lightly steamed or lightly cooked foods. So look at it for yourself. Some people love the raw food movement. I see a lot of people getting into the raw food movement because it does deplete. It takes out, it's very detoxifying. So that woman's green juice, that might help her do a lot of releasing. You know, there are a lot of these fad diets. One of the ones that just spreading like wildfire is the medical medium, and you know the Kardashians are all into it. And you know there's nothing wrong with celery juice. They use it as a medication in Chinese medicine for high blood pressure. Most people are, you know, their arteries are clogged, so it's going to be good for most people to have some celery juice, but it's not the only way. You know, there's not one guru that tells you what to eat. So listen to your own wisdom. A lot of women who bleed, a lot of women who have had babies will find, wow, after doing a vegan diet, even working with the top people, eventually a lot of women are coming back and saying, I can't do it. My body's saying no. I'm having health issues, thyroid issues, adrenal fatigue. So if you're doing it for a fad, if you're doing it because you want to heal the planet, like, there's no judgment that I have. I've done that too. And it's great if you feel totally aligned and that's your sovereign path and it really works for you. But as a woman who kept on getting sick doing the vegan thing, who kept on feeling exhausted and starting to manifest health problems and putting back the meat, and it's like, ooh, I actually am sleeping better at night. I'm feeling more nourished. I'm feeling more grounded. I feel like I don't have to push through my day. Then, you know what? Come to Bali where they sacrifice animals in a sacred spiritual way and believe that that chicken or that cow will then reincarnate to the next level. Now, everyone gets to think for themselves. Maybe I've lost you on my channel because I talk about health and mention meat and it's so taboo in our culture, but I'm just sharing as a woman what's worked for me. Whatever works for you. And we can get very dogmatic and disciplined about diets and opinionated, and it can separate us. So my ultimate message is, take the sugar out, take the bad oils out, find the foods that feel really good for you, eat out, eat as much organic as possible. If you eat out organic, health food restaurants, don't go to other places. Make sure you're minimizing that because they'll have the bad fats and pesticides, hormones, antibiotics. And take care of your health. That's a sign of Kundalini being open, because our health is our wealth. It's our physical human vessel. And it's kind of it plugs into our Kundalini, our physical bodies. So if we have poor health, our Kundalini can't open. And if our Kundalini is open, it's like a light that beams on the health symptoms. It's saying, hey, you're not doing this, or hey, there's an emotional blockage in your heart. So if we have a health symptom, it's actually a physical expression of a spiritual energy. It's a physical expression of maybe where we're not eating the right food for ourselves, or the right emotional energy, or the right light. And it all fits together. As I know, as someone who helps people recover from binge eating, as I've recovered from binge eating myself, to be a healthy, radiant goddess, we need to look at, why are we eating the sugar? What is the addiction symbolic? What is that sugar symbolizing in the addiction? And a lot of times it's separation anxiety from when we were little to our parents. All right, so we call in radiant health. Our health is our wealth. May you focus on your health, as your body is your temple and you can have it. May every cell in your body be radiant, alive, and whole. And may you let go of any limiting beliefs, ancestral patterns, food addictions to staying sedentary, not listening to the body. May you listen to your body, to your eyes. May you get off the computer when it's time. May you move your body when it's time. Let's all stand up and do a little shake out. Woo! All right. Take a break every 20 minutes when you're on your computer and stare off into the blue. Your eyes will love you. Sign 2, she lives in joy. So the sad thing that I pointed out in my last video is that I think around 30% of women are depressed, like actually legitimately depressed. And one of the things that can help us live more in joy is to rip off the Band-Aid of looking like we're happy. So in our culture, we have this perfect Instagrammable culture where we want to look happy. It's funny, I live in Bali where there are so many tourists from all over the world coming, and you go to any fabulous place and there's people doing the Instagram thing, and you'll see them having kind of a crappy time, like, or they'll just be kind of low energy, and then they'll say, okay, let's do a photo, and they come in the selfie and they're kind of like fighting, or like kind of just like not appreciating life, and then they put on the picture, and then suddenly they're like, having this cameragasm, and then they like the second it's done, then they're like back to not being joyful. And it's interesting how we're in this culture where it's so important to look fabulous and have our our poo smell like poopery, right? Like everything's got to be, your hair's got to be done. You've got to have the perfect Instagram, the social media. Your kids have to go to the right school, and then you have to go to the right college, and then you have to get the right job, and then da, 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 da. But are we really happy here? And before you die, do you want to say, I lived a life of success, or do you want to say, I lived a happy life? We don't have to choose. We can do both, but sometimes there are temporarily sacrifices. If you are making 7 figures in a corporate job and you hate it, and you hate every day, and you wake up going like, gosh, should I quit my job? Probably you should, because you only have so much life left. And if you don't make a plan to get out now, then you'll be losing out. Maybe it's not 7 figures, maybe it's 6 or 5, but life is priceless, and this is our time. So our Kundalini actually is running through our sacral chakras. So the root chakra is our health, our security, our physical structures, foundation. Now, living in joy is more connected to the heart and also the sacral, the bliss, the pleasure. So if our Kundalini is running and activating our sacral energy, our second chakra, which sits 3 fingers below the belly button, roughly, then we are feeling joyful, pleasurable, and therefore we do things that cultivate our joy and our pleasure. So when you wake up in the morning, are you checking your email in bed? Are you checking your stocks? Are you looking at your crypto? Or are you waking up in the morning and you run to your grounding mat and you look out the window at the beautiful sunrise over the rice fields, which I've been doing in our new house? It's so amazing. I'll have to take photos for you guys. It's just stunning. Do you start your day saying, thank you for putting me on earth. Today's going to be one of the best days of my life, and I'm grateful here, and I receive it, and I do my affirmations. And you start your morning practice with pleasurable movement. Do you tell your body, thank you for being here, let's move? You don't have to physically say that, but do you have a sacred feminine practice that gently awakens the body? Are you playing some music to get you in your body? Then do you move into some more rigorous exercise, either in the morning or later in the day, to feed your light body, to feed your joy? We need to get those happy chemicals by physically moving. If we're not physically moving, we are moody, we are stagnant, the energy doesn't flow, the blood stops, and the energy gets stuck there. So are you physically moving your body 6 days a week? I mean, of course, you're walking around the house and getting out a little bit, but 6 days a week, are you maybe taking that Sunday off, but other days, are you moving? Are you doing things that your body likes? Do you like to gently move your neck? Do you like to move your arms? Are you taking breaks from your computer and getting up and doing your goddess temple dances? Are you grounding your feet, putting all the toes and heels, like whoa, like really kissing the floor and saying, Mama, give me some of your juice right now. I need some energy. And are you learning to pull it up? Are you training? Have you trained your energy to pull life force energy from the very center of Mother Earth, from her core? Or are you constantly ungrounded and running around on adrenaline, which eventually leads to burnout, adrenal fatigue, chronic stress, chronic issues, hypothyroid, all that stuff that women don't need to be messing with, because we have the ability to plug in to the earth. Living in joy means saying yes, opening our arms, saying yes to the universe, to what we want. And if we've been asking the universe for gifts, and when we get one, we just kind of brush it off and are like, I need the next one, or I'm too busy right now to receive it, we don't get to fully receive. So what we want to do is say yes to the universe. And when we get any little tiny sign back from the universe, even if it's a tiny sign, like I got a free rose, I wanted to, go out and meet an amazing guy, but I took myself out for a date and the waiter gave me a rose. Like, isn't that a sign that the universe is romancing you? And can you suck in the energy from that rose and say, woo, I feel my twin flames energy. I feel so sexy. I feel an incredible partner coming around the corner for me, or I just feel so grateful that I can be a single, abundant goddess and afford to take myself out to restaurants. So gratitude, focusing the attitude on gratitude will give us what we want. So think of 3 things right now you're super grateful for. Just popcorn style, type it into the chat box. What are 3 things you're grateful for that bring you joy? Maybe it's your dog. Maybe it's the amazing organic food that you get to eat. Maybe it's the incredible nanny that you have that takes care of your child so you can have a few hours of self-care and get your blissness done. Maybe it's your essential oil. Attitude of gratitude will keep your energy high and uplifting, pulling your Kundalini energy up into the sacral, into the heart, and move it through out of stuckness into flow. Woohoo! And sometimes the inner child just needs to come in. So maybe buy yourself a balloon or a treat, or draw some silly pictures. It's really important to keep our energy high by keeping the inner child alive. She is in us. Sign 3 is she is radiant. So let's talk about the basics of radiance. Radiance starts by not dehydrating yourself, but actually listening to your hydration level. So let's keep hydrating. Like, gotta love Bali for its abundance of holy water. And thank you, Mom. I don't know if you can see this, but my mom made me this water bottle, which is so funny. Amanda, hydrated and loved, makes me so happy. So water is important, and in how we infuse our water with energy, putting an affirmation on our water, holding it to our hearts, saying, water, I love you. Water can hear energy. It feels energy. The energetic matrix of water shifts. The physical matrix of water shifts when we do our alchemy on it. So I dropped a drop of lemon essential oil from doTERRA in this water. And there are so many different ways you can infuse water. Blue flowers, of course, lime essential oils are stronger than lemon lime. So know what you're doing with essential oils, but I do recommend working with them. So find a practitioner, healer, someone that's an expert at certain issues. If you have a blocked liver, for example, sometimes lavender oil can be really, really powerful for cleansing, soothing. But water is our medicine. It's our biggest medicine. And if we're doing low quality water, then we are flooding ourselves with the wrong nutrient, the wrong fuel. So yeah, that spring water is key. We're putting reverse osmosis filters in our home, because in Bali we have well water, and it's like, oh, we're getting the quote of how expensive it is, but it's like, this is an investment. Like, can we invest in our radiance? So when we're in our radiance, when our Kundalini is flowing, look at this gorgeous stock image woman. I love her outfit. I want that. Of course, my boobs would be a little lower than that, having nursed so much, but, and I'm always, full-bodied woman, but full-boobed woman. But yeah, let's celebrate bodies in all their shapes and sizes. That's what radiance is about. It's not about how your DNA looks like. I come from a lineage of, I have to admit, I have like 3% almost Neanderthal. And my brother's like, that's why you have such like muscular, like I have like really muscular, like naturally build muscles, and I'm thin, and it also shows up on my face. So I'm always doing my free Botox. And when I say free, I used to pay for Botox, no problem, until I found out how you pay the price in putting cow toxins in your body and chemicals and injections that are very painful. It's not good for our health. And so, maybe you can look at it for yourself and you feel differently. But I feel like, one, let's be radiant. Let's not slice and dice parts of ourselves to fit into what is Instagrammable. So anyways, I think my forehead wrinkles are perfect, gorgeous, lovely. And when I don't think that, I just get my free Botox bangs, baby. What is the thing that you don't love about yourself? And how could you just say, hey, it's radiant. I'm radiant. So Kundalini is the light source and the dark source. It's the light It moves up, it moves down. It's the darkness that cleanses and purifies and brings us back inwards to our center. So we have expansion, contraction. But within the Kundalini, with this never-ending flow of energy, our cells are alive, we're moving. Again, in order to have the Kundalini flowing, we get to take amazing care of our body temples. I personally don't believe I know anybody who's on the level of just being able to treat their bodies like crap and eat Oreo cookies and have their Kundalini flowing. Although there are supposedly monks that lived off of Oreo cookies and like still were able to transmute the energy, and they're monks that can wear freezing cold clothing on their body from an icy lake and just breathe and have that transmuted. There's definitely the magic, but for the average hybrid, that's someone that is spirit and matter, and we're here in our everyday life, it's a little bit messy, it's a little bit rocky, it is a little bit humbling to be human. And so we are going to have those wrinkles or sags or cellulite, or we're not going to look like we're 12 years old. And even when you're 12 years old, you probably hated something about yourself because the media told you weren't perfect. So can we switch the idea of what media beauty is and replace it with radiance? And what are those practices that have you feel radiant? I wake up every morning, I drink water, I drink something warm like lemon, ginger tea, I get moving, I do my morning workout, I do my divine feminine practices, I do my affirmations, I have an incredible grounding breakfast, gluten-free, mostly grain-free most of the time, a lot of fruit and veg, a lot of all organic. I guess the word's organic when possible, because not everything is possible to be organic unless you just want to eat coconut water every day, which, oh my gosh, coconut water here is so amazing. But don't let me go down that rabbit hole of things I love in Bali. So being radiant, we become a portal for others to connect with our radiance. We become this open light, and it's contagious. It spreads. So self-love is an important aspect of radiance. If you feel a radiant day, can you tell yourself, like if you are like, oh my gosh, my hair, like I look so cute today, can you feed yourself with those positive affirmations? Can you give yourself compliments? Maybe you're looking at, oh my gosh, I don't like my chin. Can you just say, look at my teeth, they're so straight and beautiful and white, or look at my cheeks, they're so cute. So the more you can just give love to the parts that need love, and the ones that you already love, just celebrate them in gratitude, your face will change. Sign 4. Kundalini is open if she's a creative creatrix. Creative energy, that is your sacral energy connecting to your power, your third chakra. So the creative center is the sacral chakra, but the expression of it is when you take action and you are painting, you are going to the design store and you're redecorating your room, or you are in your work, you are super creative problem solving, and you outshine other people at work because you just hack through the problems in this like roundabout way that's quantum light speed. So we have this creatrix energy available to us in the universe. Our creative center is pierced through our Kundalini, our feminine masculine. And the reason why a lot of men are not as creative naturally as women is because we are designed to create life, and we have a creative ball of energy that sits in front of our sacral chakra. Men can access this and learn, and maybe have past lives as women. They come from women, so they can connect to of course, their own feminine energy. But it's inherent, it's innate in women. And so if you're not having a baby, if you're having a baby, doesn't matter. It is this creative vortex of energy, and our Kundalini is super powerful when we're pregnant. I had an orgasmic birth because my Kundalini was like, whoa, it was going, it was alive. One of the ways to open our Kundalini into our creative channel is to move it, faking it to you making it. So if you're laying on your bed and you're having maybe some sexy time with your partner, can you move your body when you're having a big O, and you're releasing and grounding in the pleasure. And that's what Kundalini is. It's when we're releasing and bringing in the light and the love and the dark and the shadow, all of it, where we're bringing it in and it's mixing it together at the heart. So it's this receiving and releasing at the same time. So it's intersecting in two ways, and the polarity meets, and then it fuses, because when dark and light meet, they merge and they create from the light. The light always triumphs over the dark and gets to decide how the light wants to honor the sacred aspects of the darkness while honoring the sacred aspects of the light. So in that moment where you're feeling pleasure coming through you, can you undulate your body and imagine the waves of energy? Because when we imagine the Kundalini, it comes stronger, and the coming comes stronger, and we come harder, faster. If we are saying things like, I'm not creative, I can't do this, I can't draw, that energy gets infused into our actions. If we say, I am so incredibly divinely creative, I can't wait to see what I'm going to paint today. If you're an artist, I can't wait to see what my writing is going to be today. I am so creative, I'm on fire. If you say, I've been through this like 1 year long dry spell where I haven't been able to write my book, throw that into the fire, imaginal fire, or maybe even do a burning ritual and start fresh and say, I can't wait to see how this new, vulnerable, feminine, beautiful aspect of me is going to create. You don't have to force it, but faking it till you're making it. So connecting in water is super, super nourishing to our creative energy. So every day we swim in our gorgeous swimming pool, and see if I can show you out the window real quick. It's so important to connect in water. One of the reasons that we moved to Bali is because there's just water everywhere. There are rivers and oceans and fountains and spas everywhere. I just love water as healing, and water is a Kundalini activator, because you just move the water and you feel the undulations. You can see even by her legs that movement of water. It's shaped like the Kundalini, which is on some level spherical, or it has more of a spiral staircase, but it has that feminine circle energy in it, as well as you can cut through water in a line. So water is a 3D material expression of the divine feminine aspect of Kundalini. And when we move through it in a straight way, that is more of a masculine expression of it. So play, meditate in water, and explore your own Kundalini as a living meditation. Laying on the back on the earth, you will feel, especially if you're living near a ley line, if you can't lay in grass like in Bali, maybe put a sheet down. There are lots of ants and itchy things and stuff. So we just found baby iguana eggs, and then baby iguanas were running around. And yesterday there was a baby gecko egg stuck to my daughter. So, depending on where you're at, connect deeply in nature, do it safely, do it wisely. But laying on your back is one of the most orgasmic, opening, energetic things you can do for your Kundalini, because there are ley lines, there are meridians in every part of the planet. They are smaller in some areas. It's kind of like if you zoom in on your hand, there are still veins there. There's still blood vessels there. Maybe it's not as direct as like this fat vein, in my arm where they're going to, draw blood. But still, the blood is flowing through the earth. The life force energy is flowing through the earth. There are small chakras, small meridians, small energy lines everywhere. And so if you happen to know of a sacred site, like if you live near Mount Shasta, or there's a Native American cave where you feel, maybe it's a burial ground in your neighborhood where you're like, whoa, the energy is really powerful and you feel connected. When you're laying in your backyard, can you connect to that power place? Can you go to that power place and then come back to your house and start to plug in to the energies? So our Kundalini is the same energy as the ley line of the earth. It's plugging into divine source energy, and divine source is everywhere. But through our consciousness, we can connect to it more actively, more wholly and fully. When I first really opened my Kundalini, I was laying on grass just like this woman, and my body began to writhe and shake, and I felt the grass like melting into ancient Egypt, and I had this whole past life reconnection with goddess Isis, and I was shown the grids were once orgasmically just surrounding the earth, and the earth was in this like, whoa, this orgasmic state, and here we are living in the times where she has gone a little bit, I won't say still, but there's been this traumatic, energetic hit that hit the planet 10,000 years ago around the fall of Atlantis. So we're still healing from that. And to do that, we want to go back into the orgasmic frequencies, the blissful energies that were pre-deluge, pre the traumas that happened in your life, in your lineage. And we can tap into this divine blissful state when we feel safe, and we call in the inherent codes of Gaia, of Mother Nature, of the codes inside our bodies and in hers as well. And here's me dancing. Oh, maybe it's not going to play. Looks kind of goofy. I'll pass that one. But my husband took a clip of me in Bali because I was doing my serious bliss dance for him. And he was like, I'm going to get you on camera. So anyways, kind of glad that didn't play because it looked pretty goofy going the wrong way. But sign 5, she's singing through life. Singing the voice is so powerful. Sound healing. So there's 2 aspects of singing through life. First of all, what do I mean singing through life? One is literally, yes, you might be singing. When you are in your Kundalini bliss and when you're awake, you can't help but sing, or you can't help but speak your voice. You can't help but create. Maybe it's the creative energy of the music. Maybe you're listening to music, but there's just this flow and this joy. And instead of complaining through life or lecturing through life, being intellectual through life, there's this creative energy of singing. So maybe singing for you isn't actual physical singing, but maybe it's telling stories, and there's this creative expression. Or maybe you're a salesperson and you just love to connect with people around the things that make you and them happy. Hey, do you have kids? Oh, I've got a kid at home. I was on the call the other day with my Charles, or one of my banks, and what was really fun is the woman was just telling me how much she loved kids and how her kid had grown up, and I could just feel like our Kundalini was just going, because we're both like social, singing through life kind of women. Maybe singing through life means toning, sound healing. So we can do things like when we're waking up in the morning, we can breathe into our root chakra, letting out a sound like however comes out. Shooting it into your feet, shooting it into your hands. You can channel your own sound healing. You don't have to look it up and ask what tone or what Sanskrit mantra is the right thing to activate this chakra. You can do that. That's beautiful, but you don't have to. You can come up with your own. For example, if I want to open up my third eye in this moment, I breathe into that area. You can do it with me and make the sound that works for you. And you can move your hands and let your hands either come into mudras, or maybe your hands do an energy clearing. Maybe they do a little pat down of your aura. So letting our voice, our sound, our expression, our words, our feelings emote through the fish chakra. So we're in the fish chakra. If you haven't noticed, each sign aligns with the chakra. So I just led a retreat, not just, but recently we led a retreat in Bali, and women came together in a sound healing ceremony with one of our expert sound healers. Dharmadev works with the harmonium and the voice and toning, and we went off to some blissful portal, and women were crying, were screaming, were letting it out. triggers were coming out. I'm too loud. I'm not doing it right. And instead it just became this song, this sacred sound, and you could feel the energy, the breakthroughs, and whew, I swear I feel like a demonic entity came out of the physical space we were in. Like it felt like there was some dark energy that was, I don't know if it was somebody from the group, but it just walked out, and then it was like this bright light. And in fact, the weather changed. It had been rainy and like these floods were coming to Bali. And after that, boom, the weather was like perfect, dry, clear. So singing through life, I would say if you don't have a body movement practice, you're going to feel sluggish in your body and not want to sing. So ecstatic dance is where I met my husband. I was dancing alone for years. I danced and actually met a couple of DJs. We had some wonderful, my dance was so into me that I wouldn't really look at anybody else. And then I would talk to the DJ afterwards and be like, wow, you're amazing. So I had a couple of DJ boyfriends, which was fun. But my partner, who's an engineer, then became a relationship coach, who fits me like a glove. I call him my twin flame, my ultimate soulmate, recognized me on the dance floor. He danced up to me because he knew my signature sound, my signature essence, my signature soul song, as I call it, was coming through. So our signature soul song, it could be a song, but it's actually really what it is. It's our own chakras spinning at their own beat of your own drum. So that is what I mean by you are singing through life. Sign 6 is you are magnetic. You are magnificent. You are a Magdalena. You are the high priestess, the queen. And even if someone calls you a whore, you're just like, so you have a filter on the negative and you have a receptive magnet to the juicy good stuff you want. So maybe it's your career. You are like, your Kundalini is going, you are active and open, you're doing your temple priestess practices, you're dancing, you're singing, you're eating, your orgasmic practices, your heart healing, your psychological deep healing work, you're working with mentors and guides, you're doing all the things to be like, boom, here I come. And all of a sudden, your career starts to just take off. Things are flowing, things are going well. And it's not operating on pain and persecution and pushing and hustle, hustle, hustle. You're just doing a few key things. You are prioritizing the things that matter. And the rest is coming effortlessly as a gift. So I follow the 80-20 rule. 80% masculine effort, 20% divine feminine pleasure and receiving. If you don't have that, it might be a little tricky unless you're married to someone who does all the work for you. And then there's weird karma that can come from that. But I'd say 80-20 rule is a standard that a lot of people see. Put in 80% effort, 80%, don't care about the rest, 20%, okay, do this. Prioritize your goals. So when you wake up in the morning, if you want your Kundalini to flow, do your practices and prioritize. What is one thing that you need to get done today? What do you want to get done today? What works for you? What worked yesterday and what didn't work yesterday? What has been working, what hasn't been working, and what you want to get done? So those 3 questions. What do you got? What do you want to get done today? What are you getting done today? What's been working? What hasn't been working? And just let it go. And then focus on the stuff that actually is important. The priority, the 20%, and you will get to relax the rest of your day, the 4-hour work week. Do that. When we're magnetic, let's talk about love. When we're magnetic, we attract, like attracts like. If we are feeling blocked, if we are feeling asexual, if we are feeling depressed, apathetic towards life, will attract a mirror of that. So maybe nobody will be coming in. Maybe we're complaining about life. But when we're full of ourselves, that saying full of ourselves is negative. But in my mystery school, some of my teachers would say, like, be full of yourself. And what they meant was pull up the energy from the earth, pull down the energy from the sky, run your energy, move it through your Kundalini, run it through your chakras, and spin them at the beat of your own drum. Be you. Be beautiful. Fill yourself up with you. So a quick tool that you can do is you can rub your hands together and call in a solar-powered sun sphere, a ball of your own sunlight. So imagine a golden ball of energy, and you're pulling it in all the way from your crown chakra. You can do it nice and wide. You can't see my arms in the camera here. And pull it all the way down to below the earth, like see the sun going all the way down. So you rub your hands together and you pull in a golden sun. So filling yourself up with you. That's your golden ball of energy, representing any parts of yourself where you're calling them back from anywhere you've left it. Projects, appointments, people, you're pulling it down. All right. I have so much to say, but my energy is feeling like it's time to get off the computer and just go play and do and be. And that's a way to be magnetic. Just do and be. Sign 7 is that you, my dear, are triumphant. Life gives us lemonade, or it gives us a lemon in the eye. Which one do you want? Life gives us lemon. So let's give ourselves the best. When we get dealt a bad hand of cards in life, can you just move on? Can you be grateful for the lesson? Can you pat yourself on the back for showing up for difficulty? Life comes with loss. It comes with sadness. It comes with disappointment. Accepting it. Not making a big story about it. I'm never going to have love because someone cheated on me. I'm never going to have money because I made a bad investment. I'm never going to be happy because I've been carrying ancestral pain my whole life and it's impossible to fully get out of this. No. Amor vincit omnia. Love heals all. Find your coach, find your mentor, your counselor, your healer, your group. Triumph over it. You can do it. It's not easy and you're not perfect and you make mistakes. And so do I, and so does everybody. But you are an embodiment of love. You are a goddess of love. Woohoo! So have fun. Get to the top of the mountain. Slide down in style. Fall on your butt. It's okay. Celebrate yourself. Do things that make you joyful. And jump at the bed. And thank you for being here in this video. There's so much to share about Kundalini, and this video wasn't a how-to exactly how to move the energy through the channels. It is more of an encouragement for you to be inspired to open your channels, your chakras, the serpents. There are practices and things that you can do, but one of the best things you can do is to be aware of how worthy you are and how much love you are, and that your Kundalini naturally does open when you listen to your heart, to your intuition. You ground your chakra, your root chakra, and feel safe, and you make money from what you love. You open your second chakra into pleasure. You let your creative energy flow. Your third chakra takes action and is empowered and feels worthy. Your fourth chakra is open and loving, and you receive love, and you can hire me for support if you want help calling in your soulmate, your twin flame. Your fifth chakra, when it's open and flowing, your Kundalini is running through it. So express yourself, do sound healing, do those singing bowls, write your poetry, talk to your friends, express your feelings, talk to your family about what was disappointing when you were a kid, and forgive them. The third eye, keep it open, drink your purified spring water. Get off of the crappy water, stop having fluoride in your toothpaste. Take out as many chemicals, toxins, hormones, pesticides. Do things like apple cider vinegar to open the third eye. I know some people think apple cider vinegar is not trending right now. Bad things have been said about it, but I've found that it's actually really good to help the gut and to cleanse the third eye. Beet juice is also good. Green juice is also good for the third eye. I don't know. I'm just closing up with all the good stuff. And then the crown chakra, baby. Trust your higher self. Channel. Meditate, take good care of yourself. I love you. Thank you. Please follow and subscribe. I'm dropping videos every day. If you have any comments, feedback, any videos that you want, It's a lonely job sometimes doing these live streams because I still don't know how to do comments and I'm still regrowing my channel. So hit me up with some good words if you're still watching this. I love you. I thank you. I appreciate you. And have a beautiful day. Namaste. Namaste.